So, it's been more or less around, was it 10 years or so since I started Roblox? I'm not certain for sure how long it actually is. And, well, you guys probably won't care, but I honestly just thought I'd do a quick video just wanting to talk about my career in general in the pro wrestling community. And I just thought I'd do this just because, well, I want to talk about it. And a lot of you guys will be interested to hear my thoughts from my perspective. Especially now that I've matured more enough to talk about it. So, yeah. So, around 2010 or 2009 or so, I discovered Roblox. And it was an intriguing concept for me. A game with loads of different games. This was something I never thought of as a kid, but it was so cool, and I actually enjoyed it. And I just discovered all these really cool places and that kind of thing, and just one day I discovered someone made this WWE SmackDown vs. Raw place. Now, I had been a WWE fan for years, and I think it was around 2010 I started, because, well, the Nexus, they were a big thing, and I was a huge fan of the Nexus at that point. So I honestly was intrigued by this, and so I saw that they had different shirts with different wrestlers, and it was so cool. I really loved it, and I just kept playing the game. I met a lot of people, and I just kept playing, and then I stopped. And I did make appearances for other feds, too. Like, I did some stuff for PRF, I did some stuff for RWU, and yeah, I was a dumb child at that point. I was probably around, it was 2010 I started. I must have been 9 years old at that time. So, if you're a 9-year-old and that kind of thing, then you probably don't know what you're really doing, I would say, when it comes to this. So, honestly, I didn't really know for sure what the hell I was doing. So I just didn't know. I didn't know etiquette. I didn't know character shit. I just didn't know. I was a dumb child. I didn't know much about this community. And I had always been a fan of it, so yeah. In fact, oh my god, I can remember a story which a lot of you guys probably don't remember, but I think some do remember. So I think it was RWU one time, and just the servers were free open for everyone. Just it was an RWU thing, and just I think, what was it? I was teleported, or someone broke through? And I found the teleporters. I found, what was it? The room for, oh, what the hell was it? Trons. I found the Tron room. And I started fiddling in the Tron room. And as a dumbass child, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, so I just kept fiddling with the Trons. Basically, next Tron came out and just shit like that. I don't know. That's all I can really remember of it, but it was kind of weird, I will say. And yeah, I don't know if people I don't know if Ozzy even remembers that shit, or honestly, because it was years ago and that kind of thing. So yeah. Later on, years later, I gone back more or less to Roblox. Not just playing the game more. I at that point been playing a lot of other games, to be honest. Just been fiddling around on other stuff on Xbox One and that kind of thing, and I just thought I'd come back onto Roblox, just play a bit more, and I just discovered the pro wrestling community was still going strong. And I noticed this promotion called ORW. I took a look at them and I thought, oh cool, so this is a pro wrestling company still. Wow, I didn't know they were still doing these at that point. So, I looked into it more, and yeah, it was still going strong. More companies were pumping up, and I didn't realize there was the GMT side. Now, as an Australian, pretty much, when it comes to pro wrestling, you could probably, for most of the folks like me who had to go to school and shit like that, basically, the only real feds you could do at that time were basically just basically GMT stuff, but I didn't really know about that during the mornings and shit. All I knew was that it was a Saturday would be the Friday shows, and a Sunday would be the Saturday shows, and you get the idea. And that's all I knew until years later, where basically I now knew what the hell I was doing now, and so I got back into pro wrestling. I got back into competing in matches, joining multiple feds. Like, some of the ones I knew I joined were like RWF, Jin's Fed. What was the other ones? UKW, that was one I had a bit of a interesting role of in its last year, basically, as an active Fed. Also, RCW, and a lot of other promotions, like ORW, of course. Like, legit, I can't name every promotion I took part in, legit, but just, I got back into pro wrestling. And wouldn't you know it, I was still shit at something. In this case, cleans. Yeah. And I still am shit at them. But clean just isn't my specialty. It's just not my specialty, to be honest. Oh yeah, and if there's any noises coming from shit like that, it's mostly just the chair. Yeah. I mean, you know what chairs like this are like, the leather chairs. So yeah. But anyway, so I just did whatever I did. I had the babyface one as the respectful one. It was okay. It was enjoyable. But after a period of time, I just thought, you know what? I thought I'd try and turn heel and see how that worked. And that's where it went for a good, year or so. I was basically notorious Tyler Rogers. And it kind of worked, but it kind of didn't. It wasn't really the best thing I did, for sure. And I had multiple theme songs around this time. Like, I had, what was it? The Sound of the Island, the song you hear in Fort Park. I think it's actually called Epic Sunset. I used The Swarm by You, Me, and Six. I then used, what was it? It was Kevin Steen's old theme, just with, what the hell was it? Oh yeah, the Prestige stuff, and yeah, it didn't really work well for me as a pro wrestler, just shit like that. I still sucked, I still was bad. And then it was just that, well, I was in a bit of a bad place at that point, too. Basically, at that point, I basically gone back into schooling and shit. Yeah. At that point, I was now just a school student. Just basically, at that point, I was still a school student, shit like that. And, well, I had moved up to VCal, which is like the sort of curriculum thing that we have in like certain parts of the country and shit like that here in Australia. And just basically, it's just I wasn't really in a good place. It was intense. It wasn't really that fun. And yeah, I felt like I was at a bad place. I said a lot of dumb shit. I did a lot of dumb things, and there were a lot of points in my time where I just wanted to kill myself. And that really does suck. I know that for a fact, and yeah. And I still get that stigma from a lot of people about the things I said and did in the past. Most notably, I think, from the GMTs. In fact, funny story, on a Discord server I run relating to other things I do, basically, what was it? It was Anthony Myers or something like that who hacked into the server and changed everything and shit like that. And, what the fuck? I understand for the fact that the GMTs have stigma on me because of a lot of the shit I said in the past, that kind of thing. And I understand that. I do understand why. I was a bad person that time. I felt terrible, and yeah. But now I've gotten, the mental help I needed from, people who could help me out and shit like that. And yeah, to be honest, I am feeling much better now. And to be honest, I feel a lot better than I was in 2018. I will say that. So yeah. But yeah, so at that point, things weren't doing well, and well, a few reasons why I kind of sucked it clean at that point were basically like, one, my internet speeds, shit like that were shit. I mean, seriously, a lot of you people could probably understand that fact because Australia has like some of the worst internet speeds out there, and so yeah, pretty much they just suck like hell. Number two, I believe it was just the fact that just I didn't really train that much. Like, yeah, I went to the gyms and that kind of thing, but it's just I was more or less there because I just want to be there and speak to the people and just relax and chill and shit like that. Hey, get a little bit of training. I don't know. And three, if I learned anything from this shit, I probably might have forgotten it. Which, I know that sucks. I know that for a fact. But, yeah, that just happened. Time and time just went on. I kept sucking. I did pretty well in the TD side thing. In fact, I think I can name two, kind of probably my two favorite feuds I've ever done. The feud I had in RPW for the hardcore title with Twisted Mikey, which, my god, I love that. That feud was so much fun to do. As to God, if he's still in the community, like, if he's still in RPW, holy shit. Could you imagine a rematch years later? Like, man, I would definitely be interested in that. But to me, I think my other most notable feud is the one I had with Nifty Gargano. And I still like Nifty. Nifty's an awesome guy. I don't know if he's still in the community, but legit, I got full respect for Nifty, straight up. And yeah, I kept dipping my toes back and forth and shit, and I wasn't really doing well in pro wrestling, that sort of thing. But in fact, I even tried to run a Fed, Evolution Pro, and it failed completely, and I understand that for a fact. But in January 2019, my eyesight just started to deteriorate so damn quickly. That's mostly why I wear glasses personally all the time, but yeah, and basically just deteriorated so much that I almost felt like I was going blind, so I had to go to like the hospital and shit like that to figure out what was wrong, and apparently it was a vitamin deficiency. So basically, and it's mostly just down to the fact that I'm a bit of a fussy eater. Like, a lot of people say that I am chubby and fat and shit like that, and I understand that for a fact, personally, for sure. And I do want to get fit, for sure. It's just, there's a lot of shit I'm doing that kind of has prevented me from doing it much, and just the idea of, like, the constant exercise and shit like that, like, it just kind of seems boring. You need something to engage and that kind of thing. That's why I'm kind of interested in checking out Ring Fit Adventure myself. But yeah, so I've just been taking, like, vitamins and shit like that, like, multivitamin shit like that, just been taking them, and my eyes been getting better, and, well, 2019, I kind of sat out pro wrestling just because of my eyes. And yeah, I waited and waited until my eyes were at the point where I would be able to do it again. But then it happened. I was at an RPW pay-per-view. I came back. It was a moment I think a lot of people should be happy about. Because I didn't think I would want to come back to pro wrestling, but I just thought, you know what? My eyes are getting better, and I still have a lot of respect for the game, still have a lot of respect for the people, still have a lot of respect for the community. Why not? I want to end my pro wrestling career on my own terms, and yeah. So I came back, I did some stuff in RPW and APRW. I contacted a few feds for some potential stuff I'm working on with pro wrestling. I did some help for some other feds, and yeah, basically I just been doing what I wanted to do, and that kind of thing, and after a while, I just said, I'll take a bit of a break from that, and now I'm kind of showing signs of wanting to do more. So, yeah. So, where does this go from here? Well, I want to try and do more pro wrestling stuff. It's just that I've personally been busy with a lot of YouTube stuff, with a lot of my other stuff, and other channels I do, that basically it's just, I don't really have much time to do pro wrestling and such. So, basically, I'm gonna try and make sure I can attend more shows, but it's gonna take a lot of time, gonna take a lot of work and shit like that, and yeah. So, yeah, overall, I can honestly say that my career's been okay, to be honest. Like, not the best, but not the worst. I've done what I could as a pro wrestler. I built my career up. I did what I could do. I competed in bouts. I enjoyed it, and I still enjoy it. I still respect a lot of the stuff in the community, and quite honestly, I know what I can work with now. I know that I suck at clean. I know that I'm good at TD. I know what my strengths are. I know I'm never going to win a world title. I know I'm never going to be in the main event. I know that I'm a mid-carder at best, or even a low-carder for that matter, but quite honestly, I'm okay with that. I understand that for a fact, and yeah, that's how it is. So, yeah. And quite honestly, I know for a fact that you guys probably won't understand me for saying a lot of stuff. And, with a lot of the stuff I said in the past, I was a huge dumbass at that point. I was very much retarded. And yeah, even though I am autistic, I personally do call myself retarded sometimes, so yeah. But, yeah. There were points in my life where I just felt very much stupid, and legit, if I can make it up to a lot of people in the community, then I probably would. I probably would want to make up to a lot of people, especially a lot of the people who kind of, have that bit of angst against me nowadays and shit like that. Like, Anthony, and, I don't know if Tam still has issues with me. I don't know, to be honest, but quite honestly, I was a dumbass years ago and shit like that, and just now, I feel a lot better as a person, that kind of thing, so, just quite honestly, if I can make up to any of them, then I'll be okay to do so. Just talk it out and shit like that. I don't know. I'm not an expert at this, so yeah, but I think I've had an alright career, and where do I go from here? I don't know. It's a wait and see kind of deal. I want to try and compete more, but it's just trying to fit in with my schedule, so yeah, but quite honestly, I do enjoy what I've done. I've done a lot of stuff in the community, and quite honestly, if I could do it again, then I would. So, yeah. And hopefully this video editorial kind of thing just kind of helps understand to you guys what my career has been like. So, yeah. And I do hope the archival footage I'm showing helps understand that for sure. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it for this sort of archival video and that kind of thing. Sort of this little video about me talking about my career in pro wrestling. So, yeah. I'll talk to you all soon, and, I probably might make some appearances soon. Just wait and see. I mean, anything's possible.